Hey guys, it's Bonnie from Mrs. Mom's Homeschool, and in today's video I'm going to share with you how I'm teaching my son about African American history in the month of February. If you're new to my channel, I am a mom to 3 children, 2 of which I homeschool. And this will be our first year doing African American History Month. I want to share with you guys the books and the free activities that we're using to teach my son about African American history.
A picture book of Martin Luther King Jr. Martin Luther King Jr. was one of America's greatest leaders. He was a powerful speaker, and he spoke out against laws which kept black people out of many schools and jobs. He led protests and marches demanding fair laws for all people. Dr. King dreamed of a world free of hate, prejudice, and violence. This book is about the life and ideals of an outstanding man. Moses, When Harriet Tubman Led Her People to Freedom by Carol Boston Weatherford. This poetic book is a resounding tribute to Tubman's strength, humility, and devotion. This book does justice to the woman who long ago earned over and over the name of Moses. Rosa by Nikki Giovanni. 50 years after her refusal to give up her seat on a Montgomery, Alabama city bus, Mrs. Rosa Parks is still one of the most important figures in the American civil rights movement. This tribute to Mrs. Parks is a celebration of her courageous action and the events that followed. A Weed is a Flower, The Life Story of George Washington Carver by Alec. This is a beautiful depiction of the life of a man born a slave who became a scientist and devoted his entire life to helping the South improve its agriculture. Fly High by Louise Board. When Bessie Coleman was a child, she wanted to be in school, not in the cotton fields of Texas, helping her family earn money. She wanted to be somebody significant in the world, so Bessie did everything she could to learn under the most challenging of circumstances. At the end of every day in the field, she checked the foreman's numbers, made sure his math was correct, and this was just the beginning of a life of hard work and dedication that really paid off. Bessie became the first African American to earn a pilot's license. With Books and Bricks, How Booker T. Washington Built a School by Suzanne Slade. Booker T. Washington had an incredible passion for learning. Born a slave, he taught himself to read. When the Civil War ended, Booker finally fulfilled his dream of attending school. After graduation, he was invited to teach in Tuskegee, Alabama. Finding many eager students, but no school, Booker set out to build his own school, brick by brick. National Geographic Kids Barack Obama. The election of an African American president was truly a monumental day in American history. His legacy will live on as a barrier breaker and a pioneer. Learn all about the 44th president in this fascinating leveled reader. So here's a little folder I'm keeping for his African American history assignment. So for all these resources, I'm going to try to find the links so I can post them in the description below. The Barack Obama book. This is a form that I found, paper that I found. It's just asking a couple of questions about him, just to reiterate what the children have learned. I like this here. What is one word to describe Barack Obama? Explain why you chose that word. This one here is for A Weed is a Flower, and it's fact or opinion. And the child will write their fact or opinion, and then write a fact from your book, and write an opinion about peanuts. So this one has a bunch of different pages. I'm probably not going to have him do all, probably choose. But here you have a worksheet that says use evidence from the book to support an opinion that George Washington Carver helped his people and people in the world. And then you put your opinion, and then the evidence, and then your conclusion, like that, kind of like a little essay. Might do that one. I guess you can do this for the different grades of the kids. Here we have for Booker T. Washington. We have you read, and then you write 4 important facts about him. There's also a timeline that the kids will fill out. Explains what a timeline is. And there's the answer for the timeline. And then these are more sheets. You can cut them. And that has information. I'm going to have them do one for each person he's learning about to make like a little booklet. This is for George Washington Carver, Bessie Coleman. Some people were not using, but we could. Rosa Parks. And then these are also for Weed is a Flower. Just has different questions. Part 1 and Part 2. I guess if you have different students, you can give them different ones. There's 3 parts here.
For Rosa Parks, we have text-dependent questions and writing prompts. There's different questions that they can write and different writing prompts. They have to explain different things, like explain 3 things that happened after Rosa Parks decided not to get out of her seat on the bus. You could have them write one of the answers in a journal or write a paper about one of these topics. Then you have a comparison of 2 great women, and you have Harriet Tubman and Rosa Parks. So we're going to read the books first, and then we're going to do this afterwards, so they can compare the 2 great women. And these are the cutouts for that form. And you have Harriet, it's kind of like a Venn diagram in a sense, where it has Harriet Tubman over here, Rosa Parks here, and what they both did. And then these are the cutout boxes where you sort them into the correct columns. So these are the things that I'm going to be using to enhance what we are reading, and that's how we're going to do African American History Month this year for 3rd grade. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're interested in our curriculum reviews, make sure you check out the playlist and see all the different kinds of curriculums that we've been through or maybe using. And I have tons of other content on this channel for motherhood, teaching preschoolers, and homeschooling. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, and thank you guys so much for watching.